Alright, hello everyone. Just a reminder that, or maybe not a reminder, reassurance that it's still me behind the camera and not somebody else, because why would you come to my channel and be looking for someone else? So today is, I'm looking right at the date and somehow I still don't know what day it is. It's March 30th. And I just thought I'd give an update on random crap because I haven't made a video in a few days. And a few things have happened recently that I think are worth talking about if this vlogging thing is really meant to be therapeutic or whatever, at least in my opinion. Then I might as well talk about what's happened in the past few days. So I'll start by discussing the photo that's on the screen right now. I finished the photography project that I was working on. I don't know if I talked about it in the last video, so I'll go ahead and talk about it now. The project was to take 5 pictures of people you know, take 5 pictures of people you don't know, and then to do a self-portrait that doesn't include your body or your figure. So this is part of the people I don't know group. This is a image taken during my trigonometry class, and the filter, like the graininess, the what did my friend call it? He called it grunginess. Sort of low quality is very intentional. I'm trying to make it look like it's a sort of purgatory, not necessarily hell, because people will have, like, some people would think school is hell, some people would like really enjoy being in school. So instead I'm trying to make a sort of neutral ground. Of course, purgatory is the place where people are thought to go when they die, and while they're in purgatory they have to wait for judgment on whether or not they go to heaven or to hell. Seems like a dumb idea, right? You know, if God is a divine being, he should be able to give judgment the moment you die. Actually, he should be able to give it at any time, since he knows past and present and future, so he'll know everything you do. But that's besides the point. We'll just pretend that this is purgatory. So, I really like how the girl in the foreground is very stressed out. She was actually having a rough day. I felt bad for her. She had a headache or something. Not to give away a bunch of personal details, but I just wanted to say I feel bad for her and I hope she's feeling better. Other people in the background are focused on the board and focused on whatever they're working on. And I like how the projector light is so obtrusive. It was even better in color. It was just this bright blue light orb, really, and there was no other blue in the room, so it really stood out. So I just chose that would be the background for today's video, since I think I'm going to try and move away from videos with my phone, because I think the portrait format on YouTube is really annoying. And also I have this mic that I should be using for something other than Zoom calls when I talk once to say I'm here, or maybe talk another time and to tell my professor, hey, you're not sharing my screen. You're not sharing your screen. I got it wrong 2 times in a row. That's not good. So anyway, I should have probably written some things down so I don't ramble, but whatever. So the first thing is that I am now Uncle Matthew. My brother I almost said my brother gave birth. That'd be some real news. My brother and his wife just had their first baby. He's a boy. His name is James. And he was born less than a day ago. I don't remember the exact time. But I woke up today to find some pictures of the baby. The baby's already got hair, and yet he already has a bald spot too. So it's like thin. I'll use my own head as reference. It's very, not thick, but there's a decent amount of hair in the front, but then in the back I can't stretch my webcam that far. There's a bit of a bald spot. And I don't really know what to say about a baby being born. My mom said you can't understand what it's like to have a kid, and this is one of the few times where I think she is underestimating me of how much I don't understand. To me, it's just like the next step in keeping the species alive, and if I said that to someone who just had a baby, they would probably be very insulted, unless they knew me. And even so, they still might be very insulted. By the way, there is a storm incoming, so my power might go out. My power actually went out for a second, right before I started this video. It was actually when I restarted my computer, I decided I would make the video instead of going back to playing Doom, since I have nothing better to do than play, how old is Doom now? 26-year-old games? I don't need any of that new crap. We'll just play GZ Doom. That's the is it called an emulator? Source port, whatever. That's the thing I use. Oh, while I'm at it, I want to show you, I actually made, I'm trying to make my own Doom level. So I'm going to mute my screen for a second. Mute, blacken, whatever. This is what I get for not writing a script. I can find the program. I don't remember what it's called. It's probably in my Doom shit folder. Yep, here it is. It's called Slade. SLADE.exe. I'll do display capture instead. Alright. Recent files. So I haven't gotten very far on this. I actually haven't worked on it in several days. It was just something I did while I was bored. And there really isn't much to it. It's only a single room. But I like the progress I made so far. I don't know if I'm going to do more, but if I do finish it, my goal would be to have it be the same quality as a shareware disk. And maybe that's kind of a low bar to set, but I want it to be something that you would think could be on a shareware disk. And I guess in its current state, it could be on a shareware disk, because shareware has a really... Oh, great. I'm going to need to go in set video mode. I don't want full screen. Why can't I... Oh, there it goes. Okay. And then I'm going to change the resolution so it's a little bit smaller. There's no 16 by 9. 1600 by 900. Obviously, there's 16 by 9. I'll just go with this one. Or I guess it's not going to apply it. Oh, there we go. So, congratulations. You have just finished my Doom level. That's all it is. There's no secrets or anything, no doors to open. This is literally it. Let me... How do I turn the volume off? Because I'm probably getting bad feedback through the mic. I'll just do that. So this was originally going to be like a sacrificial temple or something, where the altar would be somewhere in here, and I wanted to start in here, and you would drop down and just, start blasting. And that didn't really work out because I had a lot of trouble getting the sectors to line up correctly, and some issues getting the wall textures to apply correctly. And that's how I ended up with this weird notch here. So then when I added this room, I then wanted to make it that beyond this wall was outside. So like in the beginning of Doom 2, you can look behind you and you can see back into hell. And there's sort of the same thing at the beginning of the second episode of Doom 1, where if you look behind you when you spawn, you can see through the gap in the wall, you can see the... shut up. I'll have to deal with that later. These walls, some of these walls were going to be the iron bars, which allow you to see the skybox. And I had a lot of issues with that too, so then this ended up being a computer lab because these were the textures that could be mapped to this wall successfully. So these are actually two different walls right here, and when I tried doing anything else over it, it was very obvious that the textures were cut. So now this is going to be a computer lab or something. I don't know, probably branching out through this room or something. This seems like a much better entryway. Put like a carpet in here or something. Of course, the layout doesn't have to make sense because it is a Doom map. Alright, enough about Doom for now. Let's go back to what I wanted to talk about. So I talked about Baby James. Another thing is I registered for my classes for the next semester, the fall 2021 semester. So I don't think I have them written down. Okay, I can use other windows right now because it won't show. The screen is locked to that photo. Alright, let's find my schedule. Unfortunately, my schedule only has class codes on it. It doesn't have the class names, so it's kind of hard to interpret. Actually, I think I put a more recent version in my Discord, so I'll look there instead. Okay. There it is. Okay. So I'm going to be taking dynamics, circuits, strength of materials, engineering economy, and intro to tech reports. So that's 14 credits. I'm pretty sure the standard is 15. So I could take another class if I really wanted to, but I don't hate myself enough to do that. My schedule is actually going to be pretty busy too. I've got 2 classes and 2 labs on Thursday, and I'm going to be at school from 10 to 9, assuming classes go their full length. Also, I want to get there like 30 minutes early, since in the morning it takes me about an hour once I'm out of bed and had breakfast to actually function. I mean, I can walk around and do stuff, but it takes about another hour for my brain to get into school mode. So I need that extra buffer time. Monday and Wednesday are going to be pretty open. I only have 1 class on Wednesday, and I have 2 classes on Monday. The second class is an evening web-only one, so I would go back home after the Monday class. And then I've got 2 classes on Tuesday. So yeah, Thursday is going to be a rough day. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff due on Thursday, because I've got 2 labs. Nice thing though is I've got Friday off. So Friday would be, I'm assuming I'm going to get a lot of lab reports and stuff assigned or whatever. So that Friday would be a great day to do some of the work that was assigned on Thursday, since I try to be a somewhat responsible student. Alright, what else do I want to talk about? I know I had more than the baby and my classes to talk about, but I am drawing a blank right now. I don't know, maybe that was it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else right now. I'm sure it will come back to me at some point, but right now, oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So, for the past week or so, I've been trying to go on a walk every day because I'm not exactly the most healthy person. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was about 195. My weight has been going between like 180 and 195 for several years. So I guess right now it's at sort of that high end. But I don't know. It just seems like something I could do that isn't very hard to go on a walk. So for today, I went on my first bike ride in a long time, actually, almost a year. And it was terrible because I was only able to go for about 15 minutes before my legs started hurting pretty early on. The wind was really bad too. It was basically blowing against me the whole time or trying to blow me over. There was very little time where the wind was, at my back instead of, giving me resistance. So maybe embarrassing, but if I want to get in better shape, I really have to start somewhere. So maybe today is going to be 15 minutes, and by next week it's going to be 25 minutes. And if I can keep that up, I'm not trying to get buff or anything, but I would like to be able to go on a bike ride longer than 15 minutes. So I don't know if I'm going to if I'm going to alternate between walking and biking. I'm probably not going to do much biking when it's still very windy because there isn't a lot of cover where I'm at. The bike paths are very open. The neighborhoods are very open. If I was going on a trail through the forest, then the wind wouldn't be as much of a problem, but I don't have that luxury here. And while I'm walking, I don't have to worry about that. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take. If I have the attitude that I'm going to be better by next week, I'm sure I'm going to be very disappointed that I don't get anywhere. Oh, I know something else. This was very depressing. And I say that a little bit jokingly, but I was actually a little bummed about this. So, yesterday, the zipper on my favorite pair of jeans broke. Alright, here we go. So you can see that the fly is down. Here, let me blow this up so you can get a really good view of my pants. It's not zipped up, but the zipper is up here. So normally the zipper is supposed to catch on this thing. And at some point yesterday, it came out. No, you are not looking at my crotch. This is just a pair of pants I'm holding, or had on my desk. So yeah, I don't even know how long I've had these jeans, but I've had them for a while, and they're my favorite, mostly because for a long time they were the only pair of jeans I had that had holes in them. In the past 2 or 3 months, I have another pair that developed holes naturally. I think I actually cut holes in this first pair, so it was sort of artificial. And I'm sure I can get it fixed, but, who knows, maybe it's time to retire my favorite pair of jeans. Also, it's finally short season. I wore shorts outside for the first time this year, which is a big milestone for me. So I may not even have to worry about jeans and long pants for hopefully for a few months. I'm sure there'll be a few more cold days before the end of April because that's just how Indiana works. I was almost going to say the end of March, but it's March 30th, so unless tomorrow was cold, then I guess there were a few cold days between now and the end of March. Alright, I think for real that was all I wanted to talk about. If something else comes up somehow, or if I want to take another video of the storm, I'll probably do that on my phone or with my regular camera. Excuse me, so that you don't get that annoying portrait mode on YouTube. So that's about it. I'm going to go. And hopefully you were somewhat entertained by listening to me.